What's up? What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back to a new episode of alaunesports, episode 68. Alaunesports, always available on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. And we're back for a new episode. Sorry, guys, for being out for about 3-4 weeks. Life, you know. Yeah, we're back. Your host, Richie and Mike.
Yes, sir.
NBA is back. I know Mike is happy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. On today's episode, we will be discussing the return of the NBA 2023-2024. We're gonna talk about the in-season tournament, and we will preview the Clasico, Real Madrid versus Barcelona, Saturday 10:15 Eastern time, and also we will also preview Manchester City versus Man United on Sunday. That's 11:30, right, Mike? Eastern time.
I'm not even allowed to even check the time for the game because
he doesn't give it. And we will have a fun little game with Mike, ending segment on what's up with this game. Mm-hmm. We will be right back. We're back, episode 68, alaunesports. The main cover is gonna be NBA. We're not gonna lie to you guys. It's back. The momentum is back. Me and Mike were watching the Bucks and Philly game right now. But before we get into any topics, Mike, what's going on, man? It's been a long time. What's up, man?
100%. It's been a very long time. Not much, man. Not much. I'm glad that the NBA's back. Manchester United got two victories in a row, so I'm a slightly less depressed fan. So that's good.
It comes at the price. Two victories, but with Maguire. Onana.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm slightly less depressed, but still not having huge expectations. Well, or any at that. But I'm watching Freak Time right now. Freak Time.
that wasn't an offensive foul.
No.
No. Okay. Yeah.
not for the
freak.
Not for Giannis. Not for Giannis. But yeah, man, I'm excited. The NBA is back. Can't wait, man. The league is very well balanced right now, and yeah, so excited.
Before we get into it, Mike, you almost you would have been very disappointed on me, Mike, because
why? What happened?
What'd you do? Last week, and I almost went back to Invasion, man. Like I was like, I had nothing to watch. I'm like, am I going to go back to Invasion? I'm like, nah. It's like I went to watch the new season of Rick and Morty.
Proud of you. Stay strong.
I'm like, I gotta get back, man. Fuck it.
This is where Pat Bev is? Pat Bev is in Philly?
Yeah, Pat Bev is in Philly, man. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Pat Bev is back. Are you watching GNV?
Yes, I am.
How do you feel about it?
It's okay. It's not what everybody makes it out to be. I don't think it's great or anything like that. I don't think it's must watch.
It's not The Boys. No, it's not must watch. I'm not gonna be that person to be like, oh, you gotta go watch it. But it's a good distraction if you have nothing to watch. Because
100%.
The reason I'm gonna tell you the reason why I almost went back to Invasion, because like, I'm on pace with Generation V. Mm-hmm. It's Generation V, right?
Yeah, but
whatever.
Gen V, yeah.
I'm in pace with Rick and Morty. I know not many people like that show. I try to watch Lupin on Netflix.
Ooh,
I can't.
Really?
I can't wait. The last man, I'm tired of those. This guy like stealing everything in France. Like, ooh, like nobody can. Like, there was one episode, Mike. I don't want to jinx it because I know, like, he went inside somewhere and people was like, Oh, that's him. He's like, oh, my eyes look a different color. I'm like, bro, I'm done. Like, I'm like, let me go back to Invasion. I'm like, you know what? I gotta stay strong because Mike's gonna be pissed off. Right? Ooh, strong move, Giannis.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, man. So we're gonna quickly go on quick bites before we get into any topics. Um. Let me start with the soccer quick bites. Let's start with the poor man's version of Champions League first. It's let's see.
That's some
Smash
decent games
3.
today.
Yeah, it was some decent games. Let's start with Baka Tropola was playing with Freiburg. Freiburg won 3-1. Betis won against Aris Limassol 1-0. Marseille won against Athens 3-1. Good victory for Gattuso for his confidence. Sporting tied with Rakow 1-1. Sparta Prague tied with Rangers 0-0. Olympiacos won against West Ham 2-1. Sturm Graz 2-2 versus Atalanta. Let me see, what team is this? Molde won 5-1 against Aachen. Leverkusen won 5-1 against Karabag. Panathinaikos lost against Rennes 2-1. It seems that the French teams are doing very well in Europe this season. Sheriff tied against Servette 1-1. Brighton won against the sick Ajax 2-0. Liverpool won 5-1 against Toulouse. Toulouse fans were very loud at the first 15 minutes in the Henfields. I was kind of confused. I'm like, is this Toulouse fans? Are we in Toulouse? Roma won against Slavia Praha 2-0, and last game was Union Saint-Gilloise. They won 2-1 against LASK. Those were the quick bites for the Europa League. Let's jump to the Champions League. We had let's see. So Galatasaray lost against Bayern Munich 3-1. I know you were pissed because you wanted Bayern like to get it done already, Mike, because you wanted the opportunity for Manchester United to not too many points difference. Inter Milan won against Salzburg 2-1. Union Berlin lost against Napoli 1-0. Sevilla lost against Arsenal 2-1. Lens tied against PSV 1-1. Great goal by Wahi. Braga lost against Real Madrid 2-1. Benfica lost against Real Sociedad 1-0. Manchester United won against Copenhagen. Goal by your favorite center back, Mike. Barcelona won against 2-1 against Shakhtar. Shakhtar made a late comeback, but it wasn't enough. You could see the lack of quality. Feyenoord beat Lazio 3-1. Newcastle lost against Dortmund, even though they hit the wood so many times.
Yep.
But Dortmund took a very important W away. Balances the group a little bit. It makes it a little bit more interesting. Leipzig 3-1 against Svena. Great goal by Xavi Simons. I'm not sure if you saw it, Mike.
No, I didn't see it yet, but I know he balled.
Yeah.
I know he won man of the match for the game.
Yeah, you should after the show you should check it out. Manchester City won against Young Boys 3-1. Not a great Manchester City, but they got the job done. PSG 3-0 against AC Milan. A very, very low intensity and lack of awareness from AC Milan. That was so surprising.
Captain America, Christian Pulisic, said he doesn't think they should have lost that game, and I was what game were you playing in?
And there was one situation that he should have took the shot, the initiative.
Yeah,
and he crossed it to
Giroud.
Yeah, he had that man like almost killing himself on that side. Like, yeah, okay. I saw the post conference. Like he was kind of like like he was very relaxed. I'm like, bro, you're gonna see PSG against away, and they slowly getting their confidence, and great tactics by Lucho. So that was the victory 3-0. Celtics 2-2 against Atletico Madrid, and Antwerp lost against Porto 4-1. Mike, that was the quick bites for soccer. Let's give you quick bites.
Wait. Tell me the Porto result again.
They won 4-1.
Okay.
4-1.
Thought you said they lost 4-1.
Nah. You saw the last game how you were pissed off, like when the referee was killing them. Like I know W was gonna come, and I think there was they said that Pepe became the oldest player
Yeah.
available for the Champions League, like at 40. I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
41.
He's still looking good, man.
Yeah.
Um, let's jump into. Let me see this fast break real quick. Okay, foul.
Baka.
Now read. Yeah. So, quick bites for NBA that came back Tuesday, October 24th. The Nuggets won 119-107 against the Lakers. Anthony Davis is getting some heat. Let's see if he bounced back tonight against the Suns. Yeah. Um, Beal and Booker is gonna be out, so a point it might be like a W for them for the Lakers. The Suns beat the Warriors that night, 108-104. The Hawks on the next day on a Wednesday, yesterday, the Hawks won. No, actually, the Hawks lost against the Hornets, 116-110. The Wizards lost against Pacers, 143-120. The Celtics won against the Knicks, 108-104. The Rockets lost against the Magic, 116-86 for Rockets. The Cleveland Cavaliers last shot from Donovan Mitchell. They won 114-113. Timberwolves lost against the Raptors, 97-94. Pelicans lost against Memphis. Pelicans won
One.
against the
Yeah.
Memphis,
Yeah.
111-104. Pistons, great comeback, lost against the Heat, 103-102. Great game by Cade. Thunder won against the Bulls. Your Bulls, Mike, 124-104. I heard you had a
Nah,
players meeting already.
the Bulls are for the streets, man. They're not my Bulls
Oh
anymore.
man, oh man. Kings won against the Jazz 130-114. Trailblazers they lost against the Clippers 123-111. The Mavericks won against the Spurs of Wembyama 126-119. Then we have an ongoing game right now, the 76ers versus the Bucks. The Bucks is leading right now from my right now in my box score is 44 for Bucks and 33 for
It's 48,
or
35.
35 now because we scored. And then tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern time, we have the Suns versus the Lakers. Mike, NBA is back.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Anything you want to say before we start?
No, not. I mean, I'm expecting better from teams like Chicago and teams like Golden State, but my expectations are not super high. Um, I think the Golden State Warriors are gonna have a very long season, man. I don't like that roster whatsoever. I hate that roster. I think the Clay Thompson contract situation is gonna be a distraction all year. Yeah, man. I don't know. Like as a fan of Steph Curry, uh, I just want to see this guy play deep in the playoffs. But I mean, it's still early days. Anyways, we just played one game so far in the season, so we'll see what happens. But
Yeah,
I'm the pessimistic guy, so I'm gonna be pessimistic, man.
no problem, no problem. Talking about the Chris Paul, the Clay situation for his contract, it is gonna be a distraction. It's like um to compare with Quickly's contract situation where they didn't reach an agreement on time, so now he's gonna be a restricted free agent. He was saying that it's not gonna be. The team says it's not gonna be a distraction. He says it's not gonna be a distraction. It's gonna be a distraction. You want to get paid, you know, right? You feel like you get paid. You want to get paid, and I saw that the emotion when he first got in yesterday, and then he scored like a very important game. He starts screaming at the at the crowd. That is a frustration scream, like pay me, like bro, like stop playing with me, like yo, you seen me already. But he had a hell of a game, so it's gonna be interesting because we're gonna see how it's gonna turn out to be this summer. If any team is gonna give him more or match the Knicks offer. But let's get into it. NBA 2022-2024. But before we get into anything, Mike, you're aware of the in-season tournament that's starting November 3rd.
Yes.
Kind of a poor man championship. But I kind of like it because it gives you a confidence for any team that wins it.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit confused on how it works though. Like
Yeah,
in how the
I got
brackets
you right
like
now.
Mhm.
So there's like so that in the West there's three groups, in the East there's three groups, right?
Yeah.
So how it works is that So it starts November 3rd. So there's gonna be 30 teams, randomly drawn into a group of 5 within their conference based on won and lost records of the previous regular season.
Mm-hmm.
So how it works is that, and then after that, 8 teams is gonna qualify and go to the knockout rounds. But I'm gonna get into that. So all those 30 teams, they have been randomly drawn into a group of 5 within their conference. And how it works is it's determined each team's opponents in the group play games. The 15 teams in each conference were divided into three group of 5s. And I said like already like random drawings. So like for example, Group A is gonna have Memphis, Phoenix Suns, the Lakers, and the Utah Jazz, and Portland Trailblazers. And Group B is gonna have Denver Nuggets, Clippers, New Orleans Pelicans, Mavericks, and Houston Rockets. And Group C is gonna have Sacramento Kings, Golden State Warriors, Minnesota Timberwolves, Oklahoma City Thunder, and San Antonio Spurs. In the East, Group A is going to have 76ers, Cleveland Cavaliers, Atlanta Hawks, Indiana Pacers, and Detroit Pistons. And Group B is going to have the Bucks, the New York Knicks, Miami Heat, the Wizards, and the Hornets. And Group C is going to have the Celtics, Brooklyn Nets, Toronto Raptors, Chicago Bulls, and Orlando Magic. Now, anything you want me to go over, like the explanation?
Now I'm gonna read up a little bit more on it, but for so far, like yeah, because I was thinking like where how the groups were gonna be set up, but
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
that's how they set up the group. Then after the group play, they're gonna have a knockout round.
Mhm.
So when all those 30 teams is done, so the knockout round is 8 teams will advance to the knockout rounds. So the team with the best standing in group play, like for example, let's say like in Group A, Memphis, Phoenix Suns, LA Lakers, and Utah Jazz and Portland. Memphis, if they're first, so they're gonna go to the next round. But I'm gonna get into details. The team with the best standing in the group play games in each of the 6 groups and 2 wild cards. So the team from each conference with the best record in group play that finished second in its group. So the knockout round will be single elimination games in the quarterfinals, and that starts December 4th to December 5th. Then there's gonna be the semifinal and then the final. I believe the final is gonna be on December 7th. So what I was kind of confused is like, okay, so technically it's like two teams qualify in each group, if I'm not mistaken.
And they go
And
straight to like what, a semifinals or
no,
quarterfinal?
they go to the quarterfinal first, like
Mm.
single elimination. You lose, you go home. Each championship in season games gonna be every Tuesday and Friday. They do count in the regular season's contribution. So like if you win during a in season tournament, it also like let's say if you're 5-0 and you won the next one you won was 6-0 and it was a in season tournament, it does count in your regular season standing, you know? Like for example, I'm gonna say that right now, all 67 games across both stages of in season tournament will count towards the regular season standings, except the championship. So the championship doesn't count. Each team will continue to play 82 regular season game in 2022 and 2024. Let me go back to one aspect that might be a little bit confusing is the group stage. Okay. All 30 teams have been randomly drawn. No, like each team will be play 4. Okay, so wait. So let me read the knockout round again. So eight eight teams will advance to the knockout rounds, Mike. So the team with the best standing in group play games in each of the 6 group and 2 wild cards. So in each group, there's gonna be one, like the number one team is gonna go, and then 2 wildcards. And the 2 wildcards, I believe, the team from each conference with the best record in group play games and finish second in its group. So it's gonna be 8 teams that qualify. But if you want to know more details, you could go to NBA.com and then in season tournament. It's very detailed about everything that's gonna be in it. Do you have any idea who might make a run to win this? They said let's get it for Chris Paul. That was
if we're
OD.
if we're talking about single elimination like tournament for games,
in the second group though. And I mean in the second round.
yeah, no.
It's like a World Cup kind of like.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I think like, teams like a team that would have the best chance at doing something like that would be like a healthy Phoenix Suns or a healthy Clippers, in
Mm,
my opinion. Yeah.
fair.
Uh,
Why?
I mean, I just think they just have way too much offensive power. Like as it stands right now. I think like the Bucks, as much as I like them, I think their bench is super sus. So in a single elimination game, like I would probably take, the more potent offensive threat rather than like, I think like, teams like the Bucks, they benefit from a longer series where they could
Yeah.
actually adapt and adjust and figure out how
And
the other
grow
teams.
into that series. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, single elimination game, like that's why I think it's really going to be exciting now that you said that. Because everybody's going to they're going to put their foot on the gas. I mean, it depends also on how motivated they are to actually win that tourney. But I think teams that really have no shot in the playoffs whatsoever,
Should go after this.
a New York Knicks, for example. Like I think, teams teams that are on the lower end of the spectrum, like
Yeah.
where like you're gonna make the playoffs, but it's gonna
But
be
you don't have
very
an expectation to win it
yeah,
because it's very
it's
tough.
exactly like it's gonna be very, very difficult for you to get over those top three, top four teams. Like I think you should really look at it. The Lakers, the Knicks, a
The
Golden State.
Lakers.
Yeah, I'm not really expecting a lot from them, man.
Oh, that's a hot
Especially,
take.
yeah, because here's the thing, like LeBron, they're already coming out and saying like, all right, he's gonna be playing less minutes, and I don't know, like he was mic'd up yesterday. I don't know if it was just for show or anything like that, but it was like, yo, the things that he was saying to the coaching staff, it's just like, dude, like what is it with LeBron and coaching that it just doesn't seem to work? Like this guy has only had one legit coach in his NBA career, and Eric Spoelstra. And like I don't understand it. Like it seems like it just doesn't click. So what seems like Phoenix, Denver, the Clippers. Again, I'm saying the Clippers. I'm not really saying it with my full heart because every time I mention the Clippers and every time anybody mentions the Clippers, thinking
Something goes wrong.
that they're thinking that they're gonna be doing something, they never do anything.
You saw what Paul George said that they kind of associate him with the guy that doesn't finish the season, is always injured.
Yeah,
I kind of felt bad because like Paul George is a nice guy, talented forward, and then damn nice three. But yeah, I kind of feel you with teams like you said like this. I feel like the more fit of that, like you said, it was like the Suns because they have like the firepower.
mm-hmm.
The Knicks should also look at winning a championship like this, but the thing is that you don't know what you can get from the Knicks in a single like. Knicks could come one game and they're hot, and the next game they're like this is a team like the Suns. They could the chemistry could not be there in one game, but they have so much firepower that they can bail themselves out of games because they just got it. They got KD, they got Booker, they got Beal, they got shooters.
100%.
Since we're at that game right now, Mike, the Philly game, do you think Embiid is close to? Do you think not Embiid? Do you think the organization is thinking about, okay, what's next? Like, should we trade Embiid and get a good value for him now?
I don't think you get a coach like Nick Nurse for a rebuild. So I think what the line of thinking is, because they have Tyrese Maxey and they have Tobias Harris, for example. I think a contract like Tobias Harris and a player like him, like even though he's not of high value, you could probably try to get some some pieces for him.
Mm-hmm.
Depending, like you send him to another situation, maybe a team that has a younger player that you probably want to vet on that team, like Orlando, and you probably identify a guy that could probably pair up with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey for example. You probably trade him some draft picks. Like I'm thinking like a guy like Jalen Suggs, for example, another a shooting guard.
A shooting
Because
guard.
because they're gonna get rid of James Harden or he's just gonna be gone or whatever. Like we just know he's not gonna be in Philly anyways. I just don't think you really entertain the idea of trading um Embiid as of right now because you just signed one of the best coaches in the league. And I'm pretty sure they paid him a lot of fucking money. So I just don't think you really look at a rebuild right now. But, if I were the organization, um, personally, yes, I would think of trading Embiid because I just don't see where this team is going. But they have some pieces, they have some good parts. They have PJ Tucker, they added Pat Bev. They got some veterans right there. They got PJ Tucker. So they got some pieces there, man. But it's just the fact that they don't have enough firepower to actually compete with those top teams. Like when you're looking at how the Boston Celtics came out last night with Jaylen Brown not playing really well, the team getting carried by Jason Tatum and Kristaps Porzingis, and they beat a New York Knicks team. Um, in the 7-game series, do I think that this team could actually beat Philly? Like, do I think Philly could beat a team like Boston or the Bucks or even the Knicks for that matter? Nah, I don't think so. Not the way they're constructed right now. So, I think there's some tweaks that they got to make. But I don't think it starts with trading Joel Embiid.
Like you're kind of referring like to the Harden situation.
Mhm.
He was denied airport access to join the team to go on a road against the Bucks.
You're not
Uh,
valid, my guy.
you lost your credentials. Let's track back. So he picked up his option over the summer, his players option, which was 35.6 million.
Mm-hmm.
Let's track back even a little bit further down. Um, he declined his players option for 47.4 million. Just that the team can get a little bit better. But thinking in the long run that you know, they're gonna pay him. So I guess there's a fallout between him and Maury,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not getting what he wants. Now you're looking at this situation. I know you were like kind of like did not understand what Maury is doing at that point. What's the outcome? Because they're saying that Clippers backing out a little bit right now, and I get it. It's the beginning of the season. They don't want to have too much to think about. Um, how do you see this play out? Do you see Harden coming back, or he's gonna get traded?
No, I don't see that coming back because of how he just behaved. Like throughout the whole summer, through the beginning of training camp, and just recently, like just being away from the team and saying like, "Yeah, my mom is sick." It's like, all right, buddy, like we know what you're doing here. So I mean, what I just and this is what happens. Like you don't partake in training camp. You're coming in with like bad energy. Like you have a new coach that wants to establish a system and an identity. So I was like, yo, Nick Nurse wouldn't want that around his team. I don't care like how good James Harden is. Like he could have been the next coming of Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan. It's like, yo, dude, like I it doesn't matter. Like if the guy doesn't want to be here and he voiced
There's
that,
no yeah,
and
there's no point of
and I'm a new coach and I have to figure things out with with new personnel that I've never played with. Like I have to make my mark and I have to start off strong because I know Joel Embiid's window isn't like we don't know what Joel Embiid's window is because like he's a big man. Like we know notoriously big men always get injured and Embiid has an history of injuries. So it's like, yo, dude, why would I want that? Why would I want to try to incorporate that in my plans? I have to move on without that.
yeah.
So that's what my thinking was about. Like, yo, what is Daryl Morey thinking here? Like, yo, just the guy only has 1 year left on his deal. He's voicing the fact that he doesn't want to be there. Like figure out somewhere that you could send him to. Like the Clippers situation was like I just didn't understand the fit whatsoever with the Clippers.
I think that's
Like
where he wants to be.
yeah, like, even though like that's where he wants to be, I just didn't understand it myself. Like why would the Clippers
Want him.
want to entertain a trade for James Harden? Like you have Terrence Mann, you have Russell Westbrook, you have Paul George, you have Kawhi Leonard, you have Zubac, and you have what's
Bones.
his you have Highland Bones, you have Powell off the bench as well. It's like, dude, you have a fantastic team. Like, why would I want to add James Harden, a guy notoriously that needs the
And I
ball?
and I also would say like they need to kind of see like during the playoffs, like if it wasn't for injuries for Paul George. I don't know if Paul George was injured, but I think he had COVID or something like that. But I know like Kawhi Leonard was injured. If it wasn't for that situation, they had Suns. They had the Suns. They had them. They would
Yeah,
have had him. Yeah. So they need to like, okay, we have a nice squad. I didn't think I didn't understand the fit for James Harden as well. James Harden would fit most likely someone who might need James Harden right now is probably the Heat. I don't know if the Heat wants it because like, but that's probably a team that would need him. I'm surprised if it was the previous organization, the Knicks would have given the whole team already for James Harden. But I'm proud of these guys. They didn't make any move. But yeah, man, that's the situation for James Harden right now.
yeah. So that's why I think who was it that said was it Kendrick Perkins that said he thinks it might be his last year in the NBA?
Yeah, that's
I,
exaggerating though.
yeah,
James
it's
Harden
like
still can give some contribution to any team right now.
100%. But it's just the fact that like now it's a situation of like, okay, what teams are targeting you? Like,
Yeah,
is it gonna be a championship team, or is it gonna be a mid table team? Is it gonna be a rebuilding team that's gonna give assets? Because like Sebastian disagrees, like our buddy, but it's like because he thinks that they were it was a whole bunch of smoke and mirrors for Damian Lillard, saying like there weren't that many teams involved in the Dame Lillard sweepstakes. Like I'm of the mindset of thinking like I don't think there are that many teams like really picking up the phone and calling. It's like, yo, what do you want for James Harden right now? Because of the fact that it's like, yeah, he's an expiring deal. And there's so much hoopla around him. There are teams like and he has a certain like demand, like so he wants to be in a certain situation. So if you trade assets for him, let's say for example a team like Orlando would trade assets for him, you're only getting like a 6 month rental because he's not staying.
yeah.
Like he's not
It's a
staying.
gamble.
So now it's like it's a very complicated situation, which is what I don't get. Like for Daryl Morey, it's like, yo, if the Clippers wanted him, take him. So now you're risking of like, it's either you waive him, or he just sits on the bench for the entire year, or stays away from the team from the entire year, and you actually lose him for nothing in free agency, and for what? Like when you could actually get assets for him. So I think it's a situation that they have to figure out quickly, because like it just doesn't make sense to me, man.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh, what a they're showing like the I'm not sure if you've seen the same thing like the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Algeberry gotta grab that. You gotta grab that rebound. But um honestly, bro, like I was not impressed by the Celtics. There was just like an individual high performance from Porzingis and
Tatum.
Tatum.
Yep.
When they got physical, the Knicks won the physical battle. Uh, I do agree that the Knicks deserves to lose because their free throw was basura. The first half was basura. So, oh, damn. Sorry, I was looking at the block. Um, yeah, man, like nice block, Kate. But and also it's another aspect is like quickly saying like you should have paid me. While your starting point guard choked, I was out there as a backup point guard showing up. So a few things that I liked and a few things I didn't like. A few things is that is Randall. I don't like when Randall was handling the ball. Like I know you know that already. Um, he's not a playmaker, and then he holds the ball for too long. And when it gets to like 10, 5, 6 seconds, and when he can't get what he wants,
Yep.
that's when he's gonna throw it to someone, and someone's gonna do like the one-on-ones, and then waste the whole possession for doing nothing. And sometimes I hate also when Brunson keeps the ball for too long. I mean, you guys gotta start like playing a little bit faster, man. Share the ball, man. But yeah, so that was the few things we were talking about. Anything you wanted to add to what's your expectation for tonight? Suns versus the Lakers. Lakers W.
Yeah, I
I mean,
think so.
yeah,
I mean,
Brooklyn will be
yeah, it should be. It should be like anything less than a W in a convincing fashion too. Like it shouldn't be like a situation where like yo we got to go down to the last 3 minutes of the game for this game, dude.
yeah.
Like they're missing the two of their three best players, like especially coming off that loss.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that ass whooping that Denver gave them, like, dude, y'all should win.
How did you feel about the nice dunk, Monk? Staring him down too.
Tech.
Yo, listen, I'm like, get off me, man. Like, how do you feel about the Drummond crossover on chat? Welcome to the NBA. Or is this bogus?
No, not quite. Not quite. I think his welcome to the NBA moment are gonna be like more physical aspects of the
Yeah,
game.
when he's gonna have to guard like the Giannis and stuff like that. He's gonna be after the game. He's gonna have to go to the ice machine and then ice that chest, that flat chest of him.
He's gonna have a few bloody noses during the season.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I think that's gonna be his welcome. But well, how do you feel about your man Dwight Howard?
Oh my god, bro! Like, listen, man. Like he put a video like why are people like don't tell him when to put his he's like yo like you shouldn't be talking about what he does. I don't know, man. Dwight Howard was always a sus and weird guy, and I'm not gonna entertain it. I don't understand why this news is resurfacing because I remember I saw those text messages like 4 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it went to court or something like a court. But yeah, man. How do you feel about your guy?
I was like, yo, this is beyond sus. This man, I mean, but he said that
Where does he
already.
live again now? He's in Thailand.
I don't know if he's still. I think he's stateside because like he was trying to get another NBA contract because there was all the rumors of the Warriors trying to sign him, but yeah, that's where he was. I don't
He
know
was
if he's
probably
back.
having a hell of a fun over there too.
Yeah, I don't know if he's back already, but yeah. He just says he's like, yeah, I'm a freaky guy, like
Yeah, man.
He's
How you
like,
gonna what do you want to say when someone says
yeah.
So
You got it, bro.
you got it, bro. Like you got it, bro. And
What's your
how
about you,
yeah.
man? Like, what's your expectation so far? What do you think of the Knicks? You agree with the hot takes this morning on ESPN saying
So
the
let me
Knicks are
see.
the
The
third best team
Bucks
in the East?
no 13. Okay, the Bucks won. The Heat. I mean, sorry. The Bucks is one. The Celtics 2, 3. I can put either Philly or the Heat if the Philly can figure out their game plan, and then the Heat if they still can continue what they accomplished last year. I have to put those two teams out of respect because honestly, regular season doesn't count. It's off season. Regular season does count. Okay, let me say it does count. It kind of situates your team, but it's not gonna nothing. Look at the Memphis. They had a hell of a regular season. And comes playoff time, they choked. Yeah, they had some injuries. John Moyle hurt his hands, but that's his fault because he landed it like awkwardly. But that's where it matters. Regular season, I think the Knicks are like a fourth team. I don't really agree because I want to see more. I want to see 10, 15 games. What I saw last night was positive and negative at the same time. Negative is like, my God, bro, you guys gotta hit your free throws. Like we can't be having those things. Like last season, we had those moments. We can't be having this. We can't be having this season. second thing I don't like is when Julius Randle is handling the ball. That's one thing I hate because it's killing the momentum. I need him closer to the basket where he can create more chaos. Where he could, because when he's close to the basket, he's at an advantage. The defender is at a disadvantage because like he's so physical. He could either get an N1, a bucket, or miss. But he's so physical. He can hurt you. That's when the bloody nose is gonna come out.
Mm-hmm.
The third thing is that we can't have that first half percentage that we had. I don't know exactly the numbers right now, but it was garbage
From three.
and we need to start like when we get the open shot, we need to stop thinking. Take the shot, guys, but take the shot. I saw Hart like overthink a shot and give it back to Rendo. Bro, like don't do that. Don't overthink your shots. You miss. Take the shot.
After
But
after the game, I saw Twitter, or X, however you want to call it. They were like, Knicks community bullied Isaiah Hardenstein to being a productive player, and they put a picture of Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah, man. I mean,
it's time we
we're
bully
gonna have to
Dante.
bully him. I'm gonna give him some time because he doesn't know his role yet. I'm gonna give him his time. He's gonna come into the light. I feel like one player is gonna get injured. He's gonna come and he's gonna have more minutes and be more confident. I think he's gonna have his place. I'm still skeptical of not having a backup for Julius Randle. Losing Obi Toppin. We don't know how it's gonna play out, but I don't agree as a third, but I do see the vision because we could have beat easily the Celtics. There was some questionable calls. There was that technical they gave Brunson, where it's clearly like he landed on Tatum's foot. But I see some positivity. We're gonna see on Friday how we play against the Hawks. What are they doing in the office? What is he doing? Like, what is that? Yo, so he got him. Wow. Yo, that's funny. The TNT crew's back. All right, let's move on to the next topic, Mike. Anything you want to add on before we move on to some soccer?
No, sir.
All right. So Saturday, Clasico, Mike. Real Madrid versus Barcelona. It's gonna be at 10:15 Eastern time. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to watch it.
I will. I'll be at home.
Okay, perfect. What's your expectation of that Clasico? There's gonna be so many different players, so many young players, so many new players playing it. Like Jude Bellingham's gonna play his first Clasico. Joao Felix as well. Many young players are playing. We are not sure who's gonna play in the midfield. But I did see a rumor that said that Ancelotti wants to try a 5 midfield. I'm not sure if he wants to have more control or kind of break the control of Barcelona in the midfield and have it in play on the wing. What is your take of that rumor, and also who's your favorite to win without being biased?
Without being biased, I would say, unfortunately, I think Barcelona has the slight edge over Real Madrid right now because of our lack of personnel at the back. Yeah, and our defense has been super sus this year, man. Unfortunately,
True.
Like, Alaba and Rudiger or Nacho, they're doing their best, but our fullbacks, Dani Carvajal, like, he's actually being very productive for us. Like, I would say, like, contributing on the offensive end. But when we're talking about, like, the defensive aspects, I mean, it's still a little bit questionable at times. Let's not talk about the left side of the defense because we all know what's going on there. Fran Garcia, Ferland Mendy, like, they're not good at all. So Barcelona has some very dynamic wingers right now. Joao Felix is coming into his own a little bit, like, so he's going to be causing problems on the right flank for Real Madrid. And I could understand the vision of playing a 5-man midfield to probably, stop the build-up play of Barcelona at the moment, and try to maybe strengthen that back line because it is a little bit of an issue for us. and we also are lacking goals as well. So we have two main issues. Um,
Defense and lack of goals.
yeah. So Rodrigo, thankfully, he finally scored a goal, so he broke the duck. So hopefully that bodes well for us. But if I were a betting man, I think this game ends as a draw. I don't think there's going to
Like
be
0-0.
maybe 1-1. I think there's going to be goals in the game.
Goal prediction.
I would go at 1-1.
Who scores for each?
I'm going to go Jude. And I'm gonna go with
Ferran Torres.
I mean, it might not be, but I'm thinking one of the young kids are probably gonna come out for Barcelona in that
Okay.
Clasico and start making a little bit more of a name for themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what I would bet on. But I
Um,
would want Real Madrid to win though. But I
I
don't
want
know.
to touch one thing you said. Like you said, the left sides. Does the left side not 100% show what they have to contribute also offensively? Because like you're looking at the right side, Carvajal is a veteran, but he understands what he has to do, and also I think he and either Joselu and Rodrigo understand how to how how each of them has to kind of like it's like I want to compare it to like what Thierry was saying yesterday for Mbappe and either Barcola or Vitinha.
Mm-hmm.
This year, I was saying that in a group chat. It's so funny that Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe are playing the similar role. Like last year, I mean, when I say similar role, like they are being asked to play more of a not specifically a central role, but like not to be stuck on the line. Like
Yeah,
like kind of
stay
like on that.
wide.
Yeah, stay
Yeah.
wide, not staying too wide, but like in between the line and what can I say? Like in the middle, like right in between of the middle of the field. And it's funny, like they're both all asking to be done the same thing. And I feel like the success of Mbappe from yesterday when they're analyzing it, his success depends of how well either Barcola or Vitinha is attached to that line so they can create space for him so he can operate in that side. And that's what Carvajal has been doing very well for Rodrigo and Joselu. He's very stuck on that line and he's creating that space for them to operate in that little gap. And Vinicius, we've seen from time to time that he actually can work in that between that gap, but he's not really confident about it. Sometimes he just shifts away to the side and do what he does last year, like the one-on-one play. And I feel like like Mendy and especially Fran Garcia, he's a very offensive player. If they kind of like create that chemistry and understanding in between each other, like okay, like you're gonna be stuck on that line, so you can create that little space for Vinicius or in between, so he can get that space to make those run either for Rudiger passes that has been working very well for him, and also Jude Bellingham looking for him, or a combination between him and Rodrigo, or any midfield. But I feel like also Vinicius is not really doing what he's supposed to do as well. So he's always going to that right. I mean, always drifting back to the left
touch line.
to the touch line, and that doesn't create any space for Fran Garcia and Mendy to help him, because he doesn't really combine with them. Because when they make those run, he keeps the ball and dribble, and then looks. If it's not working, he looks for a midfielder or anything like that. So offensively, Fran Garcia and Mendy are not great. They haven't great too. I'm also wondering if that's also not an issue as well. Because like you're looking at Kava on that side, he's doing very well on that side because it's working out for that side. Even though Rodrigo's not having a great season and goals scoring, but that's what I was kind of like. Because like you're looking at the second goal. Is it the second goal? Of no, the first goal of Mbappe. It is all due. I'm not sure if you saw the analysis. It's all due to the Vitinha. And also Zaire Emery bringing the ball to him.
Yeah.
But Vitinha went to the touchline, who drifted the right back. I mean, was it the right back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the right back away, which created a 1-on-1 of Mbappe and that defender. and it's not gonna. Like as well, Vinicius 1-on-1 is gonna be explosive as well. So he needs to allow that space for the fullbacks so he can get that 1-on-1 easier for him, so he could score more goals. It's gonna
What do
help
you
him too.
think?
It's gonna help him grow his career. Who's gonna think is gonna win?
Yeah. What do
I
you
want
think?
to
Score
actually said I was
prediction.
gonna say 0-0.
Hmm. Yeah, especially
Nice
if
three.
Ancelotti goes with that 5 man.
Yeah, that's what when I
Mm.
saw the 5 man, I was like 0-0. It might be a boring game too. Yeah.
Yeah, that I think that's my biggest gripe with Real Madrid this year. You know, they create, but the creation is not really as lethal
Yeah.
as so that's a little tough with with not having strikers. Oh, look at Tobias heating up.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we're gonna see what happens. I'll be watching the
Yeah.
game.
The perfect striker was Kane because he's a technical and then able to hold the ball. I'm very happy that they didn't go like to for any kind of striker. Obviously we will take Allen also if he's available, if he is, even though he's not like the quality player of Kane or Benzema, he's not a quality player like them, but he's a scorer, so we'll see. But we'll see on Saturday. Let's move on to the last topic of the day, Mike.
Mhm.
Your favorite team, Manchester United versus City. I did say I'm gonna look to see where that game is gonna be and at what time. And
Uh,
it is gonna be. Oh, you're playing at home.
yeah,
Damn.
perfect opportunity to get
Old
destroyed.
Trafford and 11:30 Eastern time. So my question for you: are we looking at a Harry Maguire saving game again? I know you're sick.
you know, yeah, Rich, you got to tell me, man, if I'm the asshole, right? Because you know, I've again, I recognize that I'm very pessimistic. I am the pessimistic guy, but I see people being like happy or celebrating like we won a championship when not only did Sheffield United dominate us, right?
Yep.
The worst team in the league, the game that we won by the skin
Mm-hmm.
of our teeth,
Yep.
we also got dominated by Copenhagen.
Copenhagen. Yeah, Copenhagen.
Like, and then it was like people are talking to me about Harry Maguire and Onana. I was like, these teams are garbage. Like we're not even supposed they're not even supposed to be in the game versus us, man. Like and like you want me to be happy because we beat teams we're supposed to be beating? Like this is the bar now. This is where the club has fallen to. That we're happy that we're beating teams like that we're
Yeah.
supposed to be beating. Like it makes no sense to me. Um I don't know. Like I think there's a lot of injuries right now to the team, especially in defense. That is why the pairing of Maguire is starting to get more game time. And like I've always said this, Maguire will always play well versus small teams. But
Yep.
it's when it comes down to like, the bigger, more dynamic teams with explosive wingers, teams that could put 16, 17 passes together and start spinning you around like you're a little toy and you don't even know where what your positioning is and you start pushing your own players out of the way. That's when I'm going to know if you actually know how to play real football or not. And that's what Manchester City does. Now, they're missing a huge part of their team in Kevin De Bruyne, who still hasn't been back yet.
Yeah, they haven't really been great at all this season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, maybe we have a chance, but with the system that Ten Hag has employed, again, like there's a lot of criticism to go around. Like I know Ten Hag will keep saying that, he has a lot of injuries, but he has to accept criticism of the teams that he lines up as well. With playing Bruno Fernandez out of position,
Yeah.
like when Amrabat is
Was playing
playing,
a left back.
you know, even now, like versus Copenhagen in the first half, where the team played absolutely horrendous football. It's only until Ericsson came in that the team actually started playing, better, better flowing football. which is why people are asking like, hey, is Erickson going to start at the weekend? As the reality is like, yo, you cannot start Erickson, man. Like these guys don't have the legs to actually track back and to actually defend.
Yeah.
Like that's why like I would assume that you bring a guy like Mason Mount in, but like, you know, he's not hitting the form. He's not hitting for form as well. So now you're questioning all his signings. So yeah, Ten Hag has to be criticized and he has to accept the criticism and he has to look at what he's putting on the field and understand like, yo, this isn't working necessarily.
Yeah.
And he has to make adjustments. And for right now, he hasn't made the necessary adjustments. Like I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful that we end up not losing the game. That's what
like
I'm
you end up
hoping for.
like a 0-0, 1-1.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we take away points out of the game.
And it's funny that
we,
you were saying. Now you were saying that you guys being dominant. I think the only reference game that you guys had so far was against Crystal Palace for the
Carabao Cup.
Yeah, that's the only reference game that you guys had like that was like from A to Z that you had like a perfect game.
That's it. And it wasn't even the real Crystal Palace team.
That's the thing. That's the thing. The reason why is like it wasn't a real they weren't punching you guys. Like,
yeah.
They never punched you once in that game.
And
so it allow you
they came back at the weekend and they properly beat
us. They punched you at that game and then I think they won, right? Yeah, they won 1-0. When you didn't get punched, so it gave your team some time to kind of think of what game they wanted to play. When you saw that I'm Robert in that left back, who was kind of a joker. He played 3 position. He was playing double pivot. He was playing left back. At some point, he kind of like went up a little bit so he can have Mount playing that left side and create. And sometimes he form a back line with either defender that was there. I think I'm not sure who was the center back. But since then, you guys have not been able to play your game at all. Like we don't know your identity, and that's so bit frustrating. Again, even against the Galatasaray, I felt like you guys had a decent game. Then it went to shambles. I don't know why, but yeah.
What do you think? What are your expectations of that game?
I think you guys are gonna lose, but I don't think you guys are gonna lose. Like it's not gonna be like a 3-4-0 because Manchester City is sick as well. They're sick. But because Allen is like kind of like cooking back a little bit in scoring, and Alvarez is a hell of a player as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're still gonna be able to create some situation. Doku, who's gonna be facing who? Like who's gonna be facing Doku?
If he starts on the right hand,
he's still on the left,
that's gonna be Dalo.
I don't think Dalo could handle that, so it's gonna be difficult. I think it's those kind of a game that's gonna end either. It feels like those games that they're gonna lead 2-0 and then Manchester United is gonna scrap some crap ass goal, like a 1 goal, like like those, and then it's gonna create like a last 7-minute situation where you almost tie the game, but they're gonna win 2-1. That's my take for it.
Hopefully,
yeah.
Hopefully, we're able to tie and not lose.
But what good situation if maybe it's just 1-1 or 0-0. Yeah, I see the Sixers make 76ers make a comeback.
Yep.
But yeah, let's move on to the very last topic, Mike. It's just a quick segment. It's called "What's Up with This Game?"
Okay.
And I'm gonna go over some of the top leagues, and you're gonna tell me which teams you believe has not lost yet.
Okay.
So the game is "What's Up with This Game?" and then I'm gonna go over some leagues, soccer, European League, top leagues, and Mike's gonna tell me. I'm gonna let him know, like, okay, this league has that many teams that hasn't lost yet. So you're gonna guess, but you have 10 seconds.
Okay.
Do you have a preference of which league you want to start?
Nope. Go ahead. You pick.
All right. Let me go. Let me start with Ligue 1. Okay, for the Ligue 1, there's only one team that has not lost yet.
Oh, c'est lost.
Only one. Nope. You still have 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Right.
Okay. So okay. You got 2 tries, so I'm gonna give you 2 tries. Okay. That's nice. Nice second try. Lens was a good choice, but Lens is actually 14th right now. They lost 4 times. They're just doing one European right now. In European Championship, they're doing very well. They bring a lot of intensity. Let's go to the Bundesliga. Hold on, Mike. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me see something. There's 3 teams that has not lost yet, Mike.
Oh yeah.
You can start now.
Leverkusen.
Okay.
Munich.
Okay.
Leipzig.
Nope.
Fuck. Unai. What? Union Berlin.
Nope. One more try. I'm gonna give it one more try.
It can't be Dortmund. Is it Dortmund?
It is Dortmund.
Oh shit!
You're funny. He's like, it can't be Dortmund. Like, you probably never chose them because you
I definitely thought that they lost one.
Mike,
game.
You said Union Berlin.
Yeah,
they already lost 6 times. Yeah, so you're right.
That's where Bonucci
was. It?
That's where Bonucci went, right? Is it Bonucci or Chiellini? Which one? That was the team.
Bonucci, yeah, because they played against Real Madrid.
Yeah.
So the teams were Leverkusen and Bayern and Dortmund. So there is none in Serie A, so I'm gonna skip this one. Let's go to the Spanish league, Mike. La Liga, one team that has not lost yet. You can start now.
Barcelona.
You got it.
Okay.
You got it, sir. Hopefully it's the weekend, the first one. Let's go. Oh, we did the French league. Let's go to the last league, the Premier League. There is 2 teams.
Oh, damn, 2? I thought it was 1.
2 teams. 2 teams that has not lost yet. You can start now, Mike.
It's Tottenham.
Okay.
And Liverpool.
Good pick, but no. One more try. Good pick, but one more try.
Jesus Christ! Chelsea?
Come on, bro. Like you, yo. I'm gonna have to have Dolph on you, man. Chelsea lost 3 times. You know, Liverpool was a good pick because if they didn't get scammed by Tottenham, they would have not lost yet. But nah.
Damn, it's Tottenham and who?
One more try, Mike, and you have 1 second. 1.
Yeah, I lost.
All right.
I lost.
It's Arsenal.
Oh.
Yeah, Arsenal should have lost this weekend if Chelsea didn't give him a path.
Yeah.
Like what's that called? That thing the Spanish likes to play with the bulls. Damn. The ole when they play with the bull.
Yeah.
I forgot what that kind of like sports is called, but that that's what they gave him away. So Arsenal would have had their first loss if that didn't happen. But it's Arsenal and Tottenham.
Good game.
But good pick for Liverpool because they only lost once.
Yeah. Good game. I know City lost like 3 times already. If it was
that's correct. 2 times. 2
times.
Yeah, that's correct.
Shout out to Big Ange.
Yes, sir. Doing it big. Playing on Friday against Crystal Palace. I don't understand this. They played on Monday, then played on Friday. But all right.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, any last words, Mike?
No, this was fun.
Philly 69, Bucks 78.
I'm glad they came back and made it interesting.
I know, right? Because I thought I was gonna close the TV and then wait for the Suns, but they're making it interesting right now. So, let's go watch the last minute of the game, Mike.
No, bet.
So that was episode 68. We'll be back for more. Thank you for everyone that's tuned in. Like, subscribes, and follow. And I appreciate everyone that takes their time to listen to the episode. You are joined with your host, Mike and Richy. See you next time. Peace.
Peace.